Cancer, what's going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan Hill from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Cancer love reading. In the Cancer reading today, we are going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest here in February 2025. So let's get on with this. Let's get one card for what is the mutual point of interest between Cancer and their romantic person of interest. February 2025. Okay, well, we got two here. No big deal. Take an extra card. What's going on with you, Cancer? It's been a second. Let's take a look at what's going on with Cancer as it relates to their romantic person of interest and the connection between them in February 2025. You don't say. Man, it's going to be one of those days. Let's see what's going on with your person, Cancer. What's going on with Cancer's romantic person of interest as it relates to Cancer and the connection between them in February 2025. I just had the Six of Cups flip upright, show itself to me, and think it's going to stay that way in the deck, and then boom, flips right back face down. Didn't come out. When that happens, that doesn't mean the energy isn't present. It just means it's kind of hidden below the surface. Like, it's not all the way out in the open. It's not on the table. It's not like at the forefront of everybody's vision or their thinking. Usually it's somebody trying to repress something or hold it back or keep it from coming out. That happened with the Six of Cups, which is a card about the past and reminiscing about the past and the way things used to be. But it can also indicate something from the past, like coming back up again or happening again, or even someone from the past trying to make some kind of a comeback. That card didn't actually come out, but it made it a point to show itself to me and pause me for a second, and then it stayed in the deck. That already feels like this person's got something they're trying to hide. What I'm seeing right here and right here and right here makes me think they got something to hide. Overall energy of the reading, yeah, definitely. Nine of Swords. This is Gemini energy. This is fear, worry, and anxiety. It's thinking about something a lot with all this fear or worry behind thinking, and doing that to the point that it starts to become physically stressful. This is like an outward manifestation in the body of what the mind is doing here. I get this card a lot. This is like mental anguish or nightmares. I usually get this card when somebody's done something they're not supposed to do and they're worried it's going to come out. I did see Six of Cups, potentially something from the past happening again, or someone from the past coming back again. And that's kind of being hidden, and there's fear, worry, and anxiety around that. Yeah, definitely. Five of Swords right below that. This, I don't know if I told you, this is Gemini energy. This is Aquarius energy. Fives are conflict. This can be a conflict in communicating, like a big fight, a big argument, bitter words being spoken, words being used like weapons, something like that. It can also represent a betrayal of some kind, or a person who is winning at all costs kind of an attitude. I don't care what happens to anybody else as long as I get what I want. That's the only concern I have. Can be dealing with someone like that. This, at its core, is a mentally and psychologically painful situation or event taking place. And a whole lot of fear, worry, and anxiety in front of that. And right behind it, the Moon. This is also fear, worry, and anxiety. There's two cards that mean that, and I have them both right here at the top of the overall energy with something painful, a big fight, a betrayal, something it's looking like a betrayal to me. This is either fear, worry, and anxiety from uncertainty. I'm not sure if I'm on the right path or not. Was this the right path to begin with? Did I make a wrong turn? Should I go back? That level of uncertainty is enough to cause fear, worry, and anxiety in someone, and even a little stress. But if you think about when the moon's out, it's dark outside, so your eyes can play tricks on you. This can represent an illusion of some kind. It can also represent something being hidden in the dark or a secret being kept. If there's a secret, it's related to betrayal, and there's fear, worry, and anxiety attached to it. That's the gist of what this is going to talk to me about. Hopefully you can tell already that this doesn't resonate for you. I would love nothing more than this to not resonate with you, because I'm already feeling where it's going. When I look at the shared energy, this mutual point of interest is something that is affecting both of you in some way, Cancer, here in February 2025. It doesn't always affect you the same way. Sometimes they do this and you feel the consequences, or vice versa. Sometimes they say or do something and then you feel or act this way, or vice versa. The shared energy affecting the two of you here in February 2025, we got two cards. We got the Seven of Swords and the Chariot. The Seven of Swords is Aquarius energy. This is lying, cheating, stealing, deception, sneaking around behind someone's back, trying to get away with something that I shouldn't be trying to get away with. Now, that's not the only meaning of the card. If you notice, the guy is stealing 5 of the 7 swords. We already talked about the 5 of swords, this painful thing that's happening. So he steals the swords because he doesn't want to be hurt. He's trying to steal the 5 of swords, the painful thing, so that it doesn't get used against him and he doesn't get hurt by it. So it can be a self-preservation energy. It can also represent leaving something behind because he can't carry it all and he has to leave these 2 swords in the back there and he can't take it all. So it can be about leaving something behind. I'm seeing enough stuff already that I'm pretty sure that we're talking about lying, deception, sneaking around, cheating, something like that. It doesn't have to be A or B or C. It can actually be all of those things at the same time, and it's just kind of like different layers to the story. But also with that, we got the Chariot. This is your major arcana card, Cancer. This is the fastest moving energy in the deck. So something has happened very, very quickly here, it would look like. This is also an energy that usually carries some sort of an imbalance or a potential for an imbalance with it. It's really about like the underlying will to overcome the obstacles or the problems or the challenges or the stuff that's in the way. It's like trying to get past all of that through willpower alone so you can move forward very quickly and successfully. But in a normal tarot deck like I'm going to use to clarify with, there's a black sphinx and a white sphinx, and the driver doesn't have any reins to control it. And the black sphinx represents the shadow side of a person and the white sphinx represents their light side. And if the driver isn't in full alignment, in other words, if both of those parts of themselves aren't pulling in the same direction, this thing doesn't move anywhere. It's stuck like the Hanged Man, or worse yet, it will rip itself in half as it tries to move forward because it's got 2 different parts of itself pulling in different directions. We could have a situation here that's what's going on. You're pulling one way, they're pulling another way. This is in the shared energy. This could also be a case of where there's been lying and deception and sneaking around, and maybe you don't know the full extent of that yet, and you're still trying to figure out how to get past the problem and the obstacle and maybe wanting to get past all of that and get back together or something like that. But I'm going to clarify this so I can see what else I can find out for you, but this is looking really sketchy already. This could even be a case of somebody was sneaking around and doing stuff they weren't supposed to be, and then boom, like a bat out of hell, they're getting the hell out of Dodge. Let's see what's going on with the Seven of Swords and the Chariot, please. Tell me more about that. Why is that the shared energy affecting Cancer and your person of interest in February 2025? Thank you. Bottom of the deck. Underlying this deceptive energy, this will to overcome, Ace of Cups. This is a new beginning in love and emotions. It can sometimes represent trying to fill the cup back up between the two of us, like if there's been a parting of ways and we're both going different directions now, a big fight, a breakup, something like that. This could be an attempt to fill the cup back up and like kind of start over at square one in terms of love and emotions. Most of the time, this represents a new beginning in love and emotions, as in some new person has now shown up into the mix, which is kind of how you get to this sneaky, deceptive stuff that's happening. Right behind that, I have the Queen of Swords. This is Libra energy. I call her she who knows the truth, and that's kind of why she holds her hand out. She's got her eyes open. She's got a really high position here. She can see clearly what's going on around her. She knows the truth, but she's also fair, and she holds her hand out because she's offering to let someone tell their side of the story, like, speak your truth to me. Problem is she already knows the truth. So when they tell her a story that doesn't match the truth she knows, she cuts their head off with the sword. So she's about speaking the truth on something and then cutting off this thing or this person that isn't in her best interest anymore. You usually get this when we have this difficult conversation in a connection, and then there's like some truth spoken and either some cutting words or a severing of the connection. Yeah, right behind that is the Tower. This is the collapse of some important structure in your life, foundation rocking event. This is like, once this happens, nothing is the same after that. A lot of times this will represent the collapse of the relationship itself, or even the collapse of a belief system that you have, like this mental model of the world you're operating from, like how I believed this person is, or what I believed about our connection. And whatever that was, something happened and it shattered that belief now, and it's coming kind of crumbling all around you. Seeing the truth is kind of shattered things here, and it looks like the truth is there's a new cup of love showing up in the picture. When I clarify Seven of Swords and the Chariot, Three of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, and the Fool. The Three of Cups is Cancer energy. This has got two distinct meanings. Meaning one would be being together, or like being united, or being reunited even, like reconciliation. It could be that. The other meaning is three cups of love are in the picture. We got like a love triangle in a connection that should be two cups, you and them, but we've got a third cup showing up. We've got the third cup showing up here. We've got somebody being sneaky. We've got something that somebody is fearful and worried and anxious about. Some probably betrayal and secret being kept, and potentially a repeating cycle of that kind of stuff happening. This Wheel of Fortune, though, it could also represent trying to turn the wheel the other way and correct course and get us back on track, and maybe trying to overcome some problem that's in the way. Only I'm not thinking that maybe you see the full extent of the problem. I think there's probably more going on behind the scenes than you actually know about. Next clarifier for that Seven of Swords and the Chariot is the Ten of Pentacles. This is Virgo energy. This is everyone's goal in the physical reality. This is maximum stability and abundance and prosperity. It's the combining together of two people or two families and all their assets and resources in order to build this stable, abundant, prosperous home life that we all want. I get this card for people when they're either living together or engaged or married or going down that kind of a path. So this is telling me we got some like full-blown commitment between the two of you while there's this sneaky stuff happening, and probably a third-party love triangle thing going on. The other clarifier is the Fool. This is the very first card of the Major Arcana card 0. It's the first card of the whole tarot deck, so it's a legitimate new beginning at something. Something where you don't really know exactly how it's going to work or what the steps are, and it's like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to jump off this cliff, and I will figure out how to grow wings on my way down. I will figure out what I'm doing as I move along here. So someone taking a blind leap of faith into something new. It can also represent foolish behavior, foolish decision making, taking unnecessary risks outside of the connection. That's what it's looking like to me. I got the stability and like the building a life together, building a life around each other right in the middle, and third party foolish risk taking, unnecessary risks outside the connection, lying, cheating, deception, and then still this either get the hell out of Dodge energy or this underlying will to overcome all of that for some reason. That is the mutual point of interest, the shared energy that is affecting both of you here in February 2025, Cancer. I will come back to this as I go through your energy, because then I'll be able to see more about how that applies to you. I'll come back to it again as I go through your person's energy so I can see how it applies to them. Your energy in this connection, your first card is always the most important. You got the Emperor. Central to your energy, Queen of Wands, and your final card, Queen of Cups. So not only am I picking up a whole lot of, I got bad vibes here of what's going on in the background not being okay, and now I have two different Queen energies out here already. getting way ahead of myself, but that Ace of Cups that's still staring at me and the underlying energy of this new cup of love showing up, that's also the center card for your person. It's central to their energy. So it's an important concept in this message here. Excuse me. The Emperor is the Aries Major Arcana card. This is an energy of control. It's about taking control of a situation, taking charge of a situation. It's a master manifester in the sense of this is someone who has all the tools and abilities and resources to put together a plan to get what they want and then execute the plan to get what they want. This is like the person calling the shots, the person making the rules, the person setting the boundaries. Like it's my way or the highway kind of an energy here. This is not feeling like you. This is feeling like your person making the decisions and having the control and the power in this situation here. Let's clarify that and see what else I can find out for you. Tell me more about the Emperor. Why is that the first card in Cancer's energy in February 2025, please? Okay. What do we have here? A mess. 4 cards jumped out. I guess I'm taking them. I normally get 3 clarifiers, and I just got 6 for this one card. So even though I'm in your energy, what I would hope to see is that this is you taking control and standing in your power and you calling the shots and making the rules. It does not feel that way, though. It feels like your person showing up over here because them being in control and what they're doing is affecting you so strongly that it's in the first spot in your energy. Underlying that Emperor energy on the bottom of the deck, we have Death. This is Scorpio's Major Arcana card. This is an ending to something. It's something dying so it can be reborn again in a different way. This is usually an ending that has a painful transition period following it, or a painful transformation that takes place after some kind of an ending. And I have the King of Wands right behind that. This is usually Leo energy. It can sometimes represent Sagittarius or even Aries for that matter. It doesn't always have to be talking about someone's sign, though. It can just be describing qualities of the person. This would be some very charming, probably good-looking, charismatic type of a person who knows exactly what they want, and then they go after what they want. They usually don't take no for an answer. This is usually a really driven, motivated, determined, ambitious kind of a person. Also, usually somebody who's kind of fun to be around. This is probably you having desire for them, but this is also probably talking about their qualities, because not only is this a driven, motivated kind of a person, it's the pinnacle of the wand suit, which is about more than just like will and drive and determination. It's also about passion and desire and sexual energy. And this is the pinnacle of that suit. So it's usually someone who is very driven and motivated by passion, desire, and sex, which I'm seeing sneakiness, I'm seeing betrayal, secret being kept, third cup of love showing up. We saw the new cup of love on the bottom, foolish behavior. This is probably your person making their decisions with their wand instead of their head or their heart. Right behind that, I've got the Emperor again. So whenever I'm clarifying a card and I get the same damn card, that is the universe just beating me over the head going, no, dude, I'm telling you, their person is in control, and that person not really controlling their wand, but trying to control external things as a way to like overcompensate for that. And them calling the shots is wreaking havoc here. Now, when I clarify the Emperor, I get the Knight of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and the King of Cups. So we're starting with the cup and we're ending with the cup. But then we've got 2 swords in the mix and 2 pentacles. This is very peculiar energy. The Knight of Cups, this is a Pisces energy. Knights are action takers. So this is actions toward love and emotions. This is moving forward with romantic offers, romantic gestures, trying to advance a love offer or a love connection in some way, trying to move forward with that. Now, I'm not sure if this is telling me your person is in control because you are trying to move forward in a love connection with them and that's somehow giving them power, or if they're in control and they're doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing, like taking actions toward love and emotion somewhere else. I got the Eight of Pentacles with it. This is Virgo's energy of putting in work, time, effort, and energy on something to get what I want, or being willing to put the work in to get what I want. It's also a card of like paying attention to the details of something. And I've got this idea that there's some sort of an illusion here, or something being kept from you or hidden from you. And next I've got the Page of Swords, which can be news and messages and communicating. It's also the energy of someone who's trying to learn something or figure something out. So snooping around, spying on somebody, asking questions, investigating, digging through their stuff, trying to like figure out what the hell's going on here, paying attention to the details of something. Maybe if you look in the details, you'll see something that maybe you haven't seen yet. This could also be you wanting to take control of the situation and still move forward. I do have the Chariot out here trying to overcome obstacles here, and maybe still willing to put the work in on it and trying to figure out how to do that or if it can be done. I also have the Ace of Pentacles here, which is a physical opportunity, a new physical opportunity presenting itself here. That could mean any number of things. This could be an opportunity for money. This could be a gift. This could be a physical opportunity with another person. I do see sneaky, deceptive behavior, lying, cheating, betrayal, secrets, and two different Queen energies out here with this Three of Cups in the shared energy. This could be a physical opportunity in that passion, desire sense. Next, I have the Ace of Swords. So I've got two aces in a row. Aces are new beginnings. I've seen the Ace of Cups. I've got the Ace of Cups central for your person's energy. There's a lot of new opportunity out here. This is the sword of truth, the sword of clarity. It's also the sword you would make a decision with, the sword you would use to cut away the options until there's only one option left and now a decision's been made. It's even the sword you would use to sever a relationship. And I did see the Queen of Swords. This is the sword she uses to off with your head and sever a connection here. And that is coming directly after new physical opportunity and potentially like still trying to figure out what in the world happened here. I've got the King of Cups as the final clarifier here. This is Scorpio energy, sometimes Pisces energy. This is probably how you're viewing your person and you having all this love and emotions for them. It could even be them showing up as having love and emotions for you, but this is someone who doesn't wear their heart on their sleeve, so they don't publicly broadcast how they feel. So that's positive and negative. This could be a person that loves you and you have no idea that they love you because they don't tell you, they don't express it. It could also be someone who's going through emotional turmoil. There's rough, choppy waters around their feet. And likewise, they wouldn't express that either. So there could be something wrong emotionally and you would never know. This feeling like a little secretive, but there's also that feeling here of like, I will tell you straight up, it's the counterpart to this Queen of Cups, which is, by the way, Cancer energy. These are counterparts. Like these two people build the 10 of Cups together, and that 10 of Cups is that happily ever after that we all want, that happy fairy tale romance where I'm pouring myself into them and they're pouring themselves into me with every bit as much vigor as I'm pouring myself into them, and it's mutual and true love and happily ever after. These are the people that build that. But more often than not, that 10 of Cups isn't usually talking about real happily ever after. It's usually talking about someone's idealized point of view about their relationship. And it's kind of like the difference between how much money's in your bank account right now versus how much do you wish was in your bank account. It's probably way different numbers, right? But then it would also be like acting as if you actually have that much money in your bank account. That's going to cause significant problems for you in your financial world. in that 10 of Cups thing where it's an idealized view, that's basically the emotional equivalent of that. It's like viewing the relationship for how I want it to be, not how it actually is, and then acting as if it is the way I want it to be when it's really not. And that's why that card gets more people in trouble than any other card in the tarot decks, because we all want that 10 of Cups so bad that we'll ignore red flags. We'll sweep shit under the rug and pretend like things didn't happen, because if any of that stuff is true, then this 10 of Cups can't be true with this person. And I want that to be true. So it gets us in trouble. And this is feeling like a glimmer of that idealized view of the person, like looking at them for making it in your mind, like the way you're viewing them as if they're your counterpart in the love and emotions, and kind of giving them more credit than they're worth, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm getting ahead of myself again, which I don't like to do, but I got the King of Cups as their final card over here. Central to your energy in this connection for February 2025, Cancer, Queen of Wands. This is Aries energy. I've got an Aries major arcana, Aries here, Cancer, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Virgo, Pisces, Cancer, Virgo, Aquarius, Cancer, Scorpio. You could be dealing with any of those signs. This is a general collective reading, so it's going to be almost impossible for me to pin down exactly who you are dealing with as an individual person, because in this reading I'm not tapping into your specific energy as an individual person like I would if I was doing a personal reading for you and it's just you and me one-on-one. Here I'm tapping into the collective energy of thousands of Cancer people all at once, so it's going to be really hard to pin down exactly who you're dealing with. So I'm just going to keep calling these signs out as they stick out to me, just in case they mean anything for you. But this is Aries energy. Queen of Wands is a bold, passionate, fiery, determined person that knows what she wants and she goes after it. She doesn't take no for an answer. Sometimes on the negative side, this can be like a drama queen kind of an energy. But this is you right here, this Queen of Cups. That's literally a Cancer energy. I got two queens out here, and this is the fire element queen, and like the hot queen. So this is oftentimes the other woman. It's oftentimes this woman that there's like passion and desire and attraction for and sexual energy with. I did see King of Wands right here under Death, which is the counterpart in passion and desire to the King of Wands. These people build the 10 of Wands together, though, which is some sort of a burden many times. This is feeling like the other woman to me. Feeling like it's central here because that's the source of the problematic spot you're running into here, I think. I mean, I don't want to say it that way because I'm not trying to put all of the blame solely on that person, because it's not entirely their fault. I'm not absolving them of their wrongdoing at all either. I'm just saying it's not entirely their fault. It takes two to tango, and it's kind of hard to move forward with romantic offers and gestures to that person if they're not receiving those forward movement steps there. So there's definitely receiving going on from that person. Yeah. When I clarify this Queen of Wands energy, underlying that is the Tower, the collapse of something. This is the game changer right here. This person showing up. That's what collapsed everything between the two of you. This could also be the collapse of your belief system about your person, or about the connection itself, or even your belief system about love in general could be kind of crumbling around you right now. Yeah. Exactly. Right behind that Tower is the Ace of Cups again. So the new beginning in love and emotions, the new person showing up is this Queen of Wands energy. And then there's Queen of Swords, so now I've got three queens out here. Oh, man. I'm not saying that your person has got three people, although it is possible. This looks like the truth coming out, the conversation happening, probably the harsh words and the severing of the connection, speaking the truth and then cutting off this person or this thing that isn't in my best interest anymore. When I clarify Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Six of Cups. I knew it was coming again. Ace of Wands is a new beginning and passion and desire, passionate new beginning. So not only have we seen the Ace of Cups over here, we saw it on the bottom of the deck twice now. I've got the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles here, now the Ace of Wands. So I literally have all 4 aces out here on the table. Oh man, something getting manifested. This is a passionate new beginning, but it is also the phallic symbol of the tarot deck. So it represents the male you know what and using it to do you know what and sexual energy and all that fun stuff. That's a new beginning and passion and desire in the wand here aimed at this Queen of Wands. So there's definitely, she's a mutually involved party here. This is not like they're trying to advance on someone that's not receptive. This person is receptive, and there's passion and desire being exchanged here. 9 of Pentacles is Virgo energy. Man, this is a singles energy. This is a step backwards from the 10 of Pentacles that's out here in the shared energy. This is a combined together life, building a life together. This is being physically single, independent. Like, I can take care of myself. It's not always a person who actually is single. Like in this case, there's a combined togetherness here. There's a union here. This a lot of times will be someone who presents themselves as being single in the physical world, but they're not actually single. And it's laying right beside another Virgo energy here of putting in the work. We're going from the 8 to the 9. So there is physical world progress happening as we move forward here. I don't know if that means money is expanding or if that means just like we're physically getting closer and closer to something. I do have the 8, 9, and 10 of Pentacles out here, which are all Virgo energies. Final clarifier for the Queen of Wands is the 6 of Cups. This is Scorpio energy of the past, thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past. It can represent something from the past coming back up again or happening again. Could mean we have a history here between the two of you, and even a history of lying, cheating, deception, history of having to overcome obstacles just through a lot of willpower, maybe even a history of fear, worry, and anxiety and betrayal, and history of secrets. And like the Wheel of Fortune right there is like a repeating cycle. There's 2 cards that can mean something is happening again, and there's both of them right there. This would also indicate, since we're clarifying the other person that your person is involved with and this passionate new beginning that they've got with them, this would indicate that it's not a brand new person. It's not like your person ran off and bumped into some brand new person they'd never met before and things happened. This would mean there's some sort of a history between them. It doesn't necessarily mean in the past they were romantic partners or something, although it could be that. This just means there's some sort of a history. So it's not a brand new person. It could be somebody that they work with and they've known for a period of time because of that. And now things are advancing because of that. This could be, you know, a friend of a friend or someone that I've known at some point, maybe like a friend from high school. It could be any number of things. It just doesn't feel like a brand new person. Then I've got this Page of Swords right beside it, trying to figure something out, but looking into the past and somehow not seeing this, looking the other way. So I don't know if that means they just barely slid something past you and you almost found out about it, or if this is like at some point you started thinking about the past and looking for things and maybe connected the dots. Either way, what's got nothing to go with it in a row is this physical opportunity presenting itself, the truth, and then this idealized viewpoint of your person. Or, man, this is the emotional decision maker, though. The opposite of this would be like King of Swords, and he throws the emotions out the window and decides based on truth and facts and what can I see, not how do I feel about it. And this can, at its worst end, can be the person who throws logic and reason out the window and throws common sense out the window and throws the facts out the window and tries to decide based on some feeling that they have, which again makes me like paw around with that idea of idealized view of someone here. Final card in your energy here, Cancer, is the Cancer card, Queen of Cups. This would mean you have a lot of love and emotions for your person. The Queen of Cups in a normal tarot deck like this is the only character that has a lid on top of her cup. And she does that because she's trying to protect her emotions. She's been hurt before. She doesn't want to get hurt again. But what she really wants to do is like pour her love into someone. She wants to be able to take the lid off the cup and pour herself into someone. In this particular deck, not only does she not have a lid on the cup, she's not guarded and protecting herself. She doesn't even have her hand on top of it. I have plenty of decks where there's no lid, but she's got her hand on it. But this one, there's no coverage there. There's no protection there. It's almost like I believe this person to the point that I don't feel the need to protect myself. But then there was definitely the need to protect yourself. This is also the most intuitive queen. So it could reference your intuition telling you something, and maybe at the stage when it's talking to you, you don't have facts to support it. This could just be like you're trying to view this as unconditional love even, and no limit, no lid on it, and still willing to overcome obstacles even though there was cheating and a third party and risky business going on. Could be that. Especially if whenever I'm saying the stuff about the idealized view of your person and the idealized view of the connection, like viewing them both, like how you want them to be instead of how they are. If when I'm saying stuff like that, it's triggering you, that's probably a good sign it's got some accuracy to that. So I'm thinking maybe you weren't protecting yourself because of the way you were viewing them was a little bit off, and maybe your intuition told you that, but you couldn't tell the difference between that and the fear voice in the back of your head. Take that part however it resonates for you, and don't take it as something that's triggering you or take it as me being hateful or something, because that's not what I'm doing. I'm just trying to be as honest with you as I can about what I see and what I feel and the things that you might need to consider to help yourself like move forward successfully. So tell me about Queen of Cups, please. I'm just trying to help, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay, definitely got somebody blowing a smoke screen here. Underlying this Queen of Cups energy, the Emperor again. That was your very first card. This is your person in control of things. And they're in control of things because of this basic like unconditional, no limits to this, no protection for yourself. This is them calling the shots and dictating policy and putting together the plan to get what they want and executing the plan to get what they want. Them in control because there's commitment in the background. This is the Taurus Major Arcana card. This is being fully committed to the relationship, taking the relationship to the next level of like living together, engagement, wedding, going that path with it. And right behind that commitment is death again, ending to something that has a painful transition period or a painful transformation period afterwards. Oh man, this is looking like you believed it was going to marriage and family and commitment and happily ever after, and that is not what has occurred. When I clarify Queen of Cups, 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords, 8 of Wands. Things are escalating here emotionally and mentally. We just had 6 of Cups over here. 7 of Cups is Scorpio energy of options and choices and confusion about the options and choices. There's a lot of different cups here. There's a lot of emotions involved. I don't want to pick the wrong cup and make some kind of a mistake here, but my emotions could be clouding my judgment or my decision making, or maybe even making it so I can't tell what's the best option for me here. Sometimes the clouds of smoke can represent, being intoxicated and making a poor decision, or the clouds of smoke a lot of times, especially when we're talking about the intuition, would mean I feel something and I don't have facts to support it. Like I didn't physically see it. and then your person knowing that you don't have any facts and it's just a feeling or a hunch that you have, and the clouds of smoke could represent them blowing a smoke screen, blowing smoke up your ass, trying to cloud your vision, trying to cloud your intuition or make you doubt yourself. What they're trying to cloud up is the fact that they have other options, and they've already sparked one up. They've already started a passionate new beginning with this Queen of Wands that they have all this attraction for, and they're also trying to cloud up the fact that they're taking actions toward advancing that and putting in the work on that. Next, I have the Seven of Swords, which is already out here in the shared energy that's affecting both of you in February 2025, Cancer. This is Aquarius energy, lying, cheating, stealing, deception, sneaking around behind someone's back, trying to get away with something, blowing a smoke screen to cover my tracks, betraying you and keeping things hidden from you, presenting an illusion to you. Like, I feel strongly, like I don't have 10 of Cups on the table. I've got the counterparts that would make it. And all this past energy, nostalgia type energy, potential will to overcome and get reconciliation because we're combining lives together, and then that being a foolish decision if that's what you're trying to do. That opens you up to a lot of unnecessary risks. It's not protecting yourself from emotional harm here. Excuse me, good grief, I'm choked up. This is something no good happening. This person is being sneaky and they're presenting themselves as single when they're not, and they're putting in work on advancing their own thing here. And we're going from 7-7 to 8, so things are advancing. This is Sagittarius energy. The 8 of Wands is the second fastest energy in the deck. The only thing faster is this Chariot that's in the shared energy. So something has happened, and it feels, from your point of view, like it came out of left field, like it came out of nowhere, and I was not prepared for this. This is rapid back and forth passionate communications happening. This can be travel. This can be just rapid forward movement or progress on something there's all this passion and desire for. If that's the case, it's in this direction, not in your direction. This can also be a lot of stuff happening really fast or all at once, and it's like too much to process. It's like an overwhelming amount of energy here. And it's tied right here to this, either this thing coming back up again, this thing from the past happening again, or a person from the past showing up, or you getting overwhelmed because maybe you're doing a lot of reminiscing here and thinking about the way it used to be in the history between you and worrying about getting that back and trying to figure that out. Is there going to be an opportunity for this, or is this severed and done? And but I love them. That's kind of what this is feeling like. I'm getting a distinct like yeah but feeling from somebody right now. It's like, well, yeah, all that stuff's true, but I love them. And it's like, yeah, but I'm supposed to be with them. Yeah, but you're not seeing we're counterparts, and she doesn't match, and she's the karmic or something along those lines. And like that's a bullshit story. That's not the reality of it. That's the idealized view of it. Okay. I know that's probably not for you in particular, but that is for someone that's going to watch this after you, because like that hit me hard. That needed to come out. Let's take a look at your person's energy here, Cancer. In their energy, first card is the most important. We got Temperance. Central to their energy, Ace of Cups. And their final card, King of Cups. Temperance is the Sagittarius Major Arcana card. This is a card of patience. It's a card of blending two things together to make something new. Usually being willing to do that a little bit at a time and then make some fine-tuning adjustments along the way, trying to get things just right. This can be like a recalibration kind of an energy. It can even be a reconciliation energy and like trying to recombine the separated love back into one cup. So tell me more about Temperance. Why is Temperance here as the first card for Cancer's person of interest, February 2025? Not wanting me to get it, huh? Yeah. Happens almost every time when somebody tries to stop me from getting the details, then the very next shuffle through, it's like, and just extra cards all over. On the bottom of the deck, underlying this patience energy, I got the Hierophant again, Taurus Major Arcana. Again, commitment, taking things to the next level, living together, engagement, marriage. Yeah, and it's like almost like slow your roll with that. Like, wait a minute, let's re-examine this idea, the big picture of that. And maybe I need to come up with a new strategy to get the hell out of here. Because this idea of like celebrating like being combined together and having this combined together life, like that might seem like, wait a minute, I'm leaping before I look here. Right behind the Hierophant is the King of Swords. Excuse me, this is Aquarius energy. This is very smart, logical, rational, calculated, analytical decision maker. This, like I mentioned, is the opposite basically of this King of Cups. This is the person that throws their emotions right out the window because they're not going to let their emotions influence their decision making or cloud their judgment in any way. This is someone who's only interested in looking at the truth and the facts and what's right in front of me and what can I verify with my own eyes, and I'm going to make my decisions based on that, and I don't give two shits how anybody feels. This is like common sense, logic, reason. It can cause someone, especially to a water sign like you, it can cause someone to feel very emotionally distant or emotionally disconnected or even cold and calculated, which I do see behind all this fear, worry, and anxiety and stress, betrayal, winning at all costs. I'm going to get what I want regardless. If you get hurt, tough shit for you. I'm taking care of myself. That could be what's going on. It could be them taking this very logical look with no emotional attachment to the idea of commitment and being together, and then stepping into that Emperor energy again, Aries Major Arcana, taking control, taking charge, like common sense and logic and reason screaming, do something about this commitment, put some boundaries on that, put some limitations on that. Yeah. And then death right behind it, call an end to that, but that creating some sort of a painful transition period afterwards. Now, when I clarify temperance, I get strength, Knight of Swords, 10 of Swords, the Sun, and the Hermit. 3 out of the 5 are major arcana. I'm clarifying a major arcana. I got a major arcana on the bottom. So this is a lot of powerful energy here. And the major arcana card that's in the shared energy that's affecting you both is an energy about like overcome this problem that's in my way, which is this commitment, and get the hell out of Dodge. Like sneak off, leave it behind. Strength is the Leo major arcana card. This is a card that tells me they're going through a difficult situation right now. It's taken all this internal strength they have to make it through that. Can even represent a person trying to tame this beast inside themselves. They're trying to rein themselves in and hold themselves back, and they've got this urge or this desire or this impulse to go do something, and they're trying to contain that piece of themselves because they don't want to make a mistake. This is screaming like forced patience to me, like whoa, chill out, feeling like I was moving too quickly on something here, like moving too quickly. Then I got this Knight of Swords with it, the fastest moving knight in the deck. So I've got literally the 3 fastest energies in tarot out here all at the same time. The Chariot, the 8 of Wands, and now in third place we got this Knight of Swords. This is the fastest knight. This is a person who rushes off and takes this rapid, decisive action on something. Usually not the dude who reads the instruction manual first. This is the dude who just starts mashing buttons, and before you know it, he's got the thing broken and didn't think about it at all first. And now that he is thinking about it, it's too late because I already broke it. So this is like spur of the moment, impulsive kind of an action taker right here. Like doing something and then not thinking about it until it's too late, which might be how we got to this deceptiveness and all this. I did something I didn't think about first, and I've created this painful situation, and now I'm afraid it's going to come out, so I got to keep it hidden. I got to keep it a secret. I got to blow a smoke screen here so you don't figure it out. Could also just be, you know what, I'm tired of trying to contain myself because there's this thing I want really bad, so screw it, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to go for it, and we'll see what happens. What happens is 10 of Swords. This is Gemini energy of a swift, painful ending. Sometimes this is an ending you don't see coming, which is why the swords are in your back. Sometimes it's an ending in betrayal, hence getting stabbed in the back. I've also got the Sun, which is the happiest card in the deck. It's the other Leo Major Arcana. I've got 2 Leo Major Arcanas right here, both of them in this first column. This is happiness, joy, bliss, harmony. Like, this is someone having like their happiness on something. Now, the other meaning to the card is it can represent illumination. In other words, it's the card that comes right after the moon in the sequence of the major arcana. And when the moon's out, it's dark out, something's hidden in the dark, there's a secret. Well, the next step is the sun comes up and now it's not dark anymore and the light's shining and everything that was hidden in the dark has the light shined on it. It gets illuminated, it gets exposed, you can see it. I did see Queen of Swords at one point. Maybe that's how we got to the truth. There's an ending, and like that is illuminated in your person's energy. There's also what appears to be happiness tied to an ending. It's like in the background, the black sky is lifting and you can see the horizon, the sun coming up, the dawn of a new day. So it's like to them, ending equals happiness here. But there's something that they're struggling with, clearly with strength there. And then we've got the Hermit, which is the Virgo Major Arcana card. And this is a card of withdrawal, isolation. I usually get this when communication shuts down and they're not talking to you anymore. Or if they still are, it's way different than it used to be. I get this card a lot for somebody when this person has left and they didn't give you any closure. They're not really telling you what's going on and you're kind of being left to figure it out for yourself. I get this when somebody ghosts you. Like, I got bat out of hell right here. Like, boom, I'm off. This is sometimes a card of soul searching and deep inner reflection and them looking inside themselves, trying to figure out what adjustments do I make to me so I can move forward the way I want. I don't feel like that's what's happening. I feel like this is more just like, mum's the word. I'm not telling you shit. And I'm not giving you any closure either. I'm getting my happiness. And like, I got the Emperor. Like, this is the 3rd time I've seen the Emperor. And I've got this winning at all costs mentality here under the surface. Like, that's what they're worried about. Getting what they want at all costs and keeping something hidden long enough that they can actually get to it. Central for their energy is the Ace of Cups, new beginning in love and emotions. This is the new person and it's central to their energy. And on your side of the table, the central energy for you is the other woman, this person they have this passion, desire, attraction for, this passionate new beginning with. Now over here we got new beginning. And again, I don't feel like it's actually a brand new person, even though I got all the aces and card 0, first card of the whole deck, new beginning, all over the place. I still feel like it's someone that they already know on some level. Would not surprise me in the least bit if it's someone they work with. Tell me more about the Ace of Cups, please. Why is that the central energy of Cancer's person of interest in February 2025? You come here. Okay, sorry. Good Lord. See what happens when I don't put them in the right order. It's like, it's not like I'm getting screamed at by somebody. It's more like somebody's holding a 9-volt battery to my tongue and it's like jolt, like, okay, you got my attention. On the bottom of the deck, underline this Ace of Cups, Queen of Swords, Libra energy. Again, this is she who knows the truth. She's about speaking the truth, cutting off the thing or the person that isn't in your best interest anymore. I don't know if this is them getting discovered and that bringing the ending, or if this is them cutting you off so they can go after this new cup. Either way, the new cup is right behind it again. So like, no mistaking, this is some new beginning in love and emotions. If this was talking about filling the cup back up between the two of you, the kibosh is being put on that. That idea is severed. That's not happening. And it's a good thing too, because justice in the background. This is the Libra Major Arcana card. This is the most powerful card of balance in the deck. It's about doing the right, fair, just thing. That Ace of Swords that's on your side is the same Ace of Swords the Queen of Swords uses to sever the connection. Here in the Justice card, it's present again, and here it's the Sword of Truth, and it's also the sword you use to cut away something unbalanced or unfair or unjust, so balance gets restored, and then the right, fair, just thing can happen. Like what's supposed to happen can happen. This card shows up to indicate something unbalanced or unfair is happening, and it's pointing out the need to correct it. That unbalanced, unfair thing is this new cup. And I think the way that it gets corrected is the correct way here, the severing of this. Okay, when I clarify this Ace of Cups, I'm getting like stuff screaming at me from all over the place here. I know it may not be this way for you, but for somebody out there, they have got such an idealized view of this person and this relationship that they're looking for any possible new strategy they can get to overcome the obstacles with them and get back to this past thing and try to be reunited. And like maybe they don't even know how it's going to work or whether it will work. They're just willing to give it a shot. They're willing to put the work in even if they don't have it figured out. All they want is a new opportunity. And I'm telling you, if that is you I'm talking to, it's a massive mistake. When I clarify Ace of Cups, I get the Tower, the Eight of Swords, the Hanged Man, and the Ten of Wands. The Tower is, again, the collapse of some important structure here. Foundation rocking event. This is the moment when everything collapsed, and it's tied to this new cup of love. It's probably tied to finding about the truth about that, and that new cup of love being in the background again. This is the collapse of the connection, the collapse of a belief system about the connection. Yeah, it's got a difficult time period tied to it. Got the Eight of Swords next, which is Gemini energy of thinking about something over and over and over again on this repeating loop, and I can't shut my mind off and I can't quit thinking about it. The person's blindfolded, so they don't have all the answers, they don't have all the information, and they don't want to make a mistake and step in the wrong spot. So it's about like trying to overthink something to simulate it in your mind enough to like fill in the blanks with an answer that works, and feeling stuck and trapped and blocked because I don't really know what to do here. This new cup of love has changed everything for them, and they get stuck in their head about that. But then this is them just rushing off and doing it. See, sometimes the Knight of Swords is the person who doesn't think first at all. They just do it and they don't think about it until afterwards. Sometimes the Knight of Swords doesn't need to think anymore because I've already thought it through so much and so much. It's like the pit bull on the end of a leash where it's just like ready to take off, and as soon as you let go, it's gone. It's like it can be that kind of an energy too. Like maybe they already thought about it over and over and over and over again. The Tower has to happen. The Ten of Swords has to happen in order for me to get to my happiness. And maybe they didn't say anything about it. Like not expressing their feelings here. If they're in emotional turmoil like that, they didn't say anything about it. Then I've got the Hanged Man here, which is about progress being halted, no forward movement happening, things being stuck. This is a Pisces energy. The Hanged Man hangs upside down because he's trying to look at things from a different perspective than normal, a different point of view than normal. He's trying to figure out what has me stuck. What adjustments do I make to that to get myself unstuck so I can move forward the way I want? So how I can get the hell out of Dodge is what this is feeling like. And take this blind leap of faith with this new cup. The problem with this energy, it's really similar to the Hermit in that they're both about trying to figure out what do I do moving forward? What adjustments do I make so I can move forward? The difference is in where the focus is placed. With the Hermit, he's focused inside of himself. He's focused internally, looking inside of himself for what adjustments do I make about me so that I can move forward the way I want. And here they're looking at things from a different point of view. Like, the problem that has me stuck is not inside of me. It's not me. I don't need to make adjustments to me or even look at me. The problem is outside of me, and it's that thing that's to blame. So this can be like the blame game, helpless victim mentality. It's a person who doesn't see their role in the situation. They're also like stuck in their head and hung up about something. And what's right beside the Hanged Man is the Ten of Swords. Like this is a lot of times a person who's like, well, it's not my fault I got this other person. It's not my fault I lied to you. It's not my fault I cheated on you. That's all your fault. Had you not done this or said that, then I wouldn't have done this. And it's not me, it's you. It's like, it's that kind of an energy. And I get that with this Five of Swords. Like, yeah, betrayal happens, but this is also them not giving a shit about you and potentially making you out to be the bad guy here, at least in their mind. But again, there is this blindfold aspect of this, which is like a denial type of an energy. It's not that they can't see it, it's that they don't want to see it. So I mean, like, they could take the blindfold off and they don't. Next clarifier here for this Ace of Cups is the Ten of Wands, Sagittarius energy. This is a heavy burden that's being carried. It's something weighing them down, holding them back. It's a 10, and it's supposed to be a completion of this burden. This is supposed to be the spot where they lay the burden down and move on without it. I got them like grinding in a loop about being stuck and can't move. And here I feel stuck and trapped and blocked. And then this a lot of times will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like the way a person is thinking about something causes them to perceive it to be that way because they can't see. So the only thing they got to work with is their imagination. And perception is reality. So once a person thinks it through enough with enough intensity and perceives it to be a way, whether it is that way or not is irrelevant, because for them, it's like that saying, whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right either way. And like, if this is them thinking over and over and over again about how stuck I am in the commitment, this is them actually becoming stuck in their own perception and then being burdened by that idea. Also burdened by the idea of happiness in some sense, or burdened by the idea of something getting the light shined on it and illuminated. I do have fear, worry, and anxiety and stress about a betrayal and about a secret being kept. Like, it could be that too, that they're burdened by the exposure of something. Final card for them, Cancer, is the King of Cups. Your final card is the Queen of Cups from the same deck. So there's that counterpart idea again, in terms of those are the people that build the 10 of Cups, the happily ever after, the love connection where it's equal give and take, and we're pouring ourselves into each other equally and fully loved and fully appreciated. I got to call bullshit on that concept in this case, because if you really fully love and appreciate somebody, you don't lie to them. You don't sneak around behind their back. You don't cheat on them. You don't bring a third person into the mix. You don't start a new cup of love. You don't take those kind of foolish risks outside of the connection. And you don't aim your wand at some other chick. Like, none of this actually equates to real true love, real happily ever after. This is all equating to, but I want them to be my true love, but I want them in our relationship to be the 10 of Cups. What? I want there to be $27 million in my bank account when I wake up tomorrow, but there's not. You know, it's like, it's that. Like, I don't mean to be harsh, but that idea has to get through to you in some sense if this is the part that applies to you, because it doesn't matter what you want them to be or what label you've placed on them or what belief you've like molded like Play-Doh around them and this connection. The truth and the facts say differently. So I'm going to clarify King of Cups and see what else it tells me here. What's going on with this King of Cups, please? Okay, this could be a person that takes advantage of you. but only if you're not willing to face the reality and look at the truth of what actually has happened. If you do that, you're safe because they can't manipulate you. If you throw the facts out the window and make your decisions based on emotions, or worse yet, make the decision and label it as I'm feeling intuitively guided, I'm feeling spiritually guided toward the person, that's, again, I gotta call bullshit. What that is called is spiritual bypassing, where you'd be using some spiritual thing, some belief, some spiritual concept or idea as a way to avoid facing the reality and doing the work on something that's legitimately real, and using like spirituality as the wall I'm hiding behind to rationalize it and make it okay. I got King of Swords on the bottom. This is screaming, throw your emotions out the window and look at the truth and the facts. I've got you viewing this person as King of Cups, like they're your counterpart. And I've had them show up at least twice now as King of Swords. The opposite of that. This is logic and reason and common sense and facts and data, and I don't care how anyone feels. And what the common sense and logic and facts and cold calculated type thinking is talking to them about is the commitment. And behind the commitment is passionate messages, passionate communications, and someone who has, this is the minor arcana version of the Fool here. It's a toned down version. This one will just leap off the cliff and figure it out on the way down. And this is one who has like the willingness to take the very first steps down this brand new path towards something there's passion and desire for. And that's coming behind the commitment. Again, betrayal, sneaky, deceptive behavior in both decks. The moon underlying all of that, something being hidden. I got blindfolds over here. I got clouded vision, emotions clouding your judgment, beliefs clouding your judgment. Something is clouding up your ability to see the reality, I think, is what this looks like. When I clarify King of Cups, again, that's a Scorpio energy. I get the Scorpio major arcana card, Death, the Aquarius major arcana card, the Star, and the Four of Swords. Death, again, is the ending to something. Something dying so it can be reborn a different way. It's sitting right beside the Tower. And also in your person's energy is the Ten of Swords. Like, if those three cards don't scream something is over with, then I don't know what does. Like, that's legitimately what those cards mean. Each one of them individually, but I've got all three of them. And in the center of their energy is progress is not happening. There is no forward movement. Things are stuck at a dead stop. This is something dying so it can move in a different direction. I get this card a lot for someone when something new is trying to come into their life and it doesn't have room to fit because the spot the new thing belongs in. I got this Ace of Cups, the new thing right here, the Ace of Wands, new passionate beginning. It doesn't have room to fit in their life because the place that new person belongs in is already occupied by someone else. And the thing occupying the space, the connection for them is already dead. They just hadn't let it fall away yet. Now, there's hope here. This is the card of healing. It's a card of hope. The Star is the Aquarius major arcana card. This is feeling like hope it's over. Happiness is tied to ending. This could be someone who uses your hope for the connection as a way to manipulate you. I do have it in the same row with what is sometimes considered a narcissistic kind of an energy. When I've got the Knight of Swords and the Hanged Man, this is somebody playing the blame game, blaming it on you, like not really caring what happens to you. They could totally be using your feelings against you as a way to get what they want out of you. This could be someone using your hope that this can be pieced back together. Like their first card is Temperance, which is a patient energy. It's an energy of sometimes recombining things back together. Although nothing out here makes me think there's any recombining between the two of you going to happen. They could be like not letting you see that, keeping you in your head thinking that, keeping you stuck on them so you can't move forward just in case maybe they change their mind. You got Four of Swords next, Libra energy of taking a pause, taking a rest, taking a break. This could mean trying to convince you and using your hope to get you to see this as a break and not a permanent breakup, hoping that we can heal it later or keep you waiting on healing it. This is a four, so it's a stability kind of an energy, and swords are about the mind, stability of the mind, stabilizing the thoughts, calming the mind down. I do have them stuck in their head, grinding in circles about something. That's a lot of noise and chatter in their head. I've got Nine of Swords as the overall energy of the reading. That's even worse than the Eight of Swords. I get this card when it's like somebody there's too much noise and they're trying to calm their mind down and chill out so they can stop thinking so much, stop overthinking something, trying to like just chill out and go inside my head so I can figure out what to do because something is stuck for them. There's something stuck about an ending happening. Like this might be the energy leading up to when they decided, okay, enough's enough. I'm putting the burden down and I'm just going to ghost you and I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm just going to get the hell out of Dodge and keep right on keeping on what I was doing with this other person. And I'm just taking the leap of faith out of this like being combined together thing, and I'm going to start something new.